Hey Best Fiends fans, happy Halloween, and today's video we are going to do an illusion makeup to go from this to this. In the Halloween spirit, today's video is all about bringing Dracoleon to life through the power of makeup and a little bit of paper magic. So if you want to see how to do that, then just keep watching. First thing we need to do is apply a bald cap, and for this I'm just using a spirit gum skin adhesive, and I'm also using a washable glue stick to cover my brows. Then I just used a few layers of liquid latex to blend the edge of the bald cap and make a smooth line. Then using a reference photo of Dracoleon himself, I used a white eye pencil to sketch out his features onto my own. This is an easy step to do because the white is very easy to brush away if you make a mistake, and you can figure out where everything needs to sit. Then taking a yellow, red, and white water-activated face paint, I started on the brooch that Dracoleon has around his neck. For this, I made the first little meteor mite with the yellow and red, sketching out his mouth shape in the middle, and then using the white to fill in his fancy vampire bow shape. The curls on the bows look complicated, but if you just make a bunch of squiggly S shapes along the bottom and then pull the lines from them towards the meteor mite, it will give that effect of folded fabric, and the shading will take it to the next level as well. To shade a little bit of the meteor mite, I used a brown eyeshadow, and then I used a light gray and then a black shadow along the bow to build up a little bit more dimension along the fabric. You want to add a little bit of the darker shadows towards the outside, and then on the folded part, you want to just add it to the areas that would be more recessed and be underneath the top folds. I also used the black shadow to add these little lines underneath that would be the underside of the fabric that would be created from the folding, and this just gives that little extra detailing to the fabric to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Moving on to Dracoleon's face, we again want to base out all the areas with flat colors. So for the eyes and fangs, I used a white water-activated face paint. For his skin tone, I mixed a black and white together until I got a nice gray tone that is similar to his own in the game. And the gray you're applying to pretty much everywhere else where his body shape would sit, avoiding just the mouth area, but everything else of him becomes gray. Then to base out the mouth colors, I just used a red face paint and a black. Again, just using a reference photo to figure out where the colors should sit and to find out that the black sits in the middle and the red on both of the outsides. Then to start adding better dimension and definition to his features, I used a black eyeshadow on a smaller detail brush and used this for areas like the brows, underneath the eyes, along the mouth, and of course just along the sides of his body. The black shadow makes a real difference for creating the illusion of depth, which is very important in recessed areas like the mouth and along the overlapping eye areas. Then with a bit of the shading down and more definition given, you want to go ahead and outline everything using a small detail brush and a black water-activated face paint. This step is really useful for making everything stand out and be more defined, and gives you a better idea of where his face shapes will end in regards to the black you're going to apply everywhere. And also very useful for the neck brooch especially. For his cape, I actually just printed off a few pieces of paper with his cape design on it and attached them to the back of my neck with some liquid latex. And then to finish up his body, I just added a little bit of red and white for where his shirt sits, and then added in his antenna and applied black to everywhere around the design. Last step, of course, is to give his eyes his pupils, and for this I just sketched in bigger circles with the black face paint, and then I used the back of a brush and a little bit of the white face paint to dot on the highlights. And then that is it for this Dracoleon illusion makeup. We certainly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe to the Best Fiends YouTube channel, and if you want to see more crazy makeups, feel free to check me out at Insomniac's Dream. Please let us know what you thought of the video in the comments down below, and we of course will see you next time. So until then, happy Halloween!